whenever we talk about Roe, we're talking, that fight has been happening through the entirety of our lives. My mother had that fight. My grandmother had that. I mean, how can you keep from like the generational exhaustion pulling you down? How do you keep going in the hopes that your daughter doesn't have to have this fight?
That's the answer, isn't it? Right? Like I look at my children and I, to quote Jim Kim, optimism is a moral choice, right? Every day I make the moral choice to be optimistic, that my efforts and my energies, particularly when I am fortunate enough to be in partnership kind of with fellow travelers, hopefully will make a difference.
Yeah.
And when I think about all of the statistics that are painful of what women are confronting, Zerlina, today in our country, and what even more women confronted pre-Roe, and how many women died, and how many more women were maimed because of unsafe abortion practices. We just can't go back to that. Like, that's unconscionable to me. And also, and I'm sure that this will unleash another wave of hate in my direction, but as a deeply religious person, it's also unchristian to me.
Right. Well, you handle the hate pretty well.
No, it's true.
There's been a lot of it around this issue.
Well, there's definitely. I mean, I think
more.
this is the one issue. I mean, I talk to even reporters
I've been
who
called a
cover
Nazi.
just healthcare all the time. Right? They get the worst hate. It's the anti-choice folks are really some of the ugliest, and gun lovers.
Yeah,
right.
Too.
I've been compared to slave owners and Nazis in the last couple of months.
Oh, delightful.
So,
Just because you want women to have access to healthcare.
well, and because I've had the temerity, as the Supreme Court did in 1992 in Planned Parenthood v. Casey, to point out that our ability to participate fully in our society, including economically,